I've been thinking a lot about the importance of work in our lives, and this is something that the scriptures talk about over and over again, especially the Book of Mormon. When Adam left the Garden of Eden, when the Lord was introducing this world to Adam and Eve, what he said is, "By the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat thy bread all the days of thy life." And this was not just an explanation. He was not just telling him about life and about how hard it is. He was giving him a commandment to work hard. He said, "Thou shalt eat thy bread by the sweat of thy face all the days of thy life." So it was a commandment. And I've seen in my life that I never feel happier or more fulfilled than when I'm working hard towards something that I know is meaningful and makes a difference and is important. And even when I'm sacrificing, even when I'm struggling and, working late nights, early mornings, making sacrifices, giving up fun things that I want to do, that it's so much more meaningful because I'm doing something that matters. The prophet Alma talked about, he said, "This life is the time to prepare to meet God. This life is the day for men to perform their labors. And the night cometh wherein no man can work," as the Savior taught. So death comes to all of us, and not just that, but so many things in life, so many circumstances are temporary, right? A lot of relationships, a lot of people that we meet, we're not going to know them very long. The people we meet in school, the people we work with, the people around us, we might not necessarily know them for very long. And the responsibilities, the roles we have we're probably not going to have those forever, right? So it's so important, so crucial to work hard and to seize the opportunities in front of us and to really make the most of every calling that we have, every responsibility, every relationship, every person that we know, to give our very best to them and to not let that time pass us by, to not let it slip by. And, it's the adversary who lures us in with these promises of ease and comfort and, no responsibility. He's the one that says, "Oh, just eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die," right? Take it easy, take a rest. It doesn't matter. In the end, we're all going to die. So what's the point? Why work hard? But really, what the adversary offers is slavery and addiction and regret. So much regret. And I've certainly felt that looking back on times where I have not worked as hard as I wish I did, and let myself be pulled away by distractions of, wasting so much time on social media, wasting money on things I didn't really need, things that didn't make me happy. I've certainly felt a lot of regret from those things, and I don't want that for you. I want you to be happy, and I encourage you to work hard. Don't listen to that voice of the adversary that lures you in with those false promises. It's better to work hard. I can tell you that for sure. It's better to struggle and to strive and to sacrifice in pursuit of goals that matter and that really make a difference. And so I encourage you to do that. And Jacob tells us that, he says, "Woe unto them that are at ease in Zion," along those same lines. So woe unto them that say, "Yeah, all is well in Zion. Zion prospereth. I don't need to work hard. It's, I don't need to take this seriously." That is a mindset that always leads to regret and often leads to sin. It's interesting that Mormon says we have a work to do while in this tabernacle of clay, that we may conquer the enemy of our souls and land our souls at the right hand of God, something like that. But it's interesting that he says the way that we conquer the enemy of our souls is through the work we're doing, is through working hard, right? That's really interesting. And Jacob similarly says that by laboring with our might, the blood of the saints might not come upon us. In other words, the sins of those that we are responsible for, our children, the people that we serve in our callings, their sins and their failures might not be, we don't need to be accountable for them if we work hard and if we teach them with all diligence. And so how great is the call of diligence unto the children of men, as Moroni says. How great is that call to be diligent and to work hard. And I encourage you to do that. And that's something that I am still learning and trying to be better at. But, this channel, these things that I share are a big part of that, is me offering my very best to the world, my very best to you, in hopes that you can be inspired, you can be a better person, you can make less mistakes than I have, and progress at a faster rate than I have. And I know you can do this. I believe in you, and I know, most important, I believe in Jesus Christ. He is the one that makes all the difference. He knows better than we do. So follow him. Work hard. Ultimately, this is God's work. It's not our own work. And so we need to do it in his way. We need to follow his direction in all things and follow the Spirit to be guided to know what steps to take, what to work on, how to do the work as well. Just like Nephi had to be led every step of the way, building the boat and working hard on that. So that's my invitation to you.